spent big on the defensive side of the ball, spent big on the offensive side of the ball, and they too are now probably going to miss the playoffs just based on the way that they played this season. It's ridiculous to think that the Raiders possibly could be moving on from their head coach. The fans in Las Vegas certainly are chanting, "Fire Josh McDaniels."
Welcome back to another installment of In Any Arena. If you like our content, give us that CLS treatment, that comment, that like, and subscribe. And again, thank you for watching. Let's get into it.
Dub, what's good, my brother?
Can't call it, man. Another day, another recording. But we here, we blessed.
For sure.
No complaints. How about you, bro?
Super blessed, bro. We here. Can't ask for a whole lot, but one thing we can ask for, if the people could comment, like, subscribe, give us that CLS treatment. Dub and I love talking about sports. We love engaging with y'all in the comments. Whether it's good or bad, give it to us. Give us your feedback and subscribe. Tell a friend to subscribe, and we'll keep bringing more content on in the arena.
Yes, sir.
Yo, it's been a lot going on with sports this week. This is our recording leading into the weekend. Last night, we saw an interesting game. We saw Carolina Panthers, hometown team for Dub and I, brought Baker Mayfield in. Everybody kind of questioned it when they did. Baker Mayfield got shipped out. Everybody kind of celebrated it when he did. Now he went to L.A. Oakland had a big lead first half. Come back out second half. Baker Mayfield leads a 95-yard touchdown drive. Seconds left in the game. Wins the game. Bigger thing that I'm thinking was an issue here, and what we're going to talk about today is Josh McDaniels. So this is Josh McDaniels' second stint as a head coach, I believe.
Yep.
What's his overall record as a head coach?
And the reason why, and I'm glad you asked me that because I'm looking it up right now.
I figured you were. I know you on it, so I had to ask.
So right now his coaching record is it was 11-17 with the Denver Broncos, but his entire coaching record is 16-24, so not even 500.
Not good.
No.
What? So, I mean, we've seen that Josh McDaniels, again, he comes from the Belichick coaching tree, which
it's a rotten tree.
A lot of people say a lot of good things about it, but when you get to really digging into the folks that have come from that coaching tree, it's kind of hard to say that everything is all peaches and cream with it. What do you think is going on? He's a great coordinator, but for some reason, when he's in his head coach position, he looks very mediocre.
Because he's not even mediocre. When you think about the talent that they have in Las Vegas and the pieces that he has around him to enable him to successfully call plays and be able to put points in the board. I mean, they literally scored 16 points on Thursday night. You got.
I mean, now Josh Jacobs got hurt.
I know he hurt his pinky or something like that.
Yeah, pinky.
I mean, but come on, man. It's just. It's more it's more than just Josh Jacobs on that team. I mean, I haven't heard anything about De'Aaron Waller the entire season. 6'6", 6'7" tight end. I mean, he had a stellar season last season. So when you think about Rich Pasaccia that overcame adversity last season with the Henry, is it Riggs or Ruggs? Henry Riggs and you got the Ruggs.
Yeah.
Okay, Ruggs. Just that was just a terrible accident. And then you had the whole John Gruden scandal, and now you have Josh McDaniels coming in with no distractions, but can't win games. Like Keyshawn Johnson said last year when they had hired it was earlier this year when they hired Josh McDaniels. They should have went with Rich Pasaccia. He had total buy-in, total command of the locker room, and they were winning games, and they made it to the playoffs. They almost beat the Cincinnati Bengals. So now, all of a sudden, they stink. They can't even beat the Los Angeles Rams. So I think
quarterback.
Uh-huh.
I said without their starting quarterback.
But still, man.
And
Exactly. That makes it even worse. That makes it even worse.
A makeshift receiving core. They don't have their best receiver.
Yeah.
There's no way the Rams should have beat the Rams.
Jalen Ramsey getting cooked all season.
He's been on the grill.
You see that one hand catch by Devontae Adams?
I mean, it's Devontae Adams though, but
Bro, Jalen Ramsey had his whole arm on the man's shield, his whole face mask, and he still caught the ball, bro. I mean, Devontae Adams is still having a good season. Josh Jacobs is having a good season. When you have Derek Carr having 2 completions for 11 yards in the second half on Thursday Night Football, that's not all up to Derek Carr. You got to call the right plays. So when I think about it, man, I think Josh McDaniels should be a one and done. He should be a one and done. And if I were in the front office with the Davis family making decisions, go get me Sean Payton. We haven't been talking about Sean Payton a lot lately. I know he's been sitting in the pocket waiting for the Dallas Cowboys' demise, but McCarthy's doing a good job this season. And he did a good job last season and the year before that. So McCarthy is safe in my opinion. Yeah. I would go get Sean Payton. And I wouldn't ship off Derek Carr. I think Carr is a good quarterback. I just think that the system that Josh McDaniels has put in place does not work for them. So they need to ship his ass out back to New England. We'll take him. And, get some wins on the board. But I'll turn it over to you, bro. That was a little long-winded, but
no, man, you're spot on. And just to kind of clarify for folks that maybe are not as into football but want to learn more about it, the Las Vegas Raiders, formerly the Oakland Raiders, formerly the Los Angeles Raiders, had a team that was set up to potentially win their division. So again, breaking it down for folks that are trying to learn more about football. In football, there's the National Football League. There's 2 conferences, the NFC, National Football Conference, the AFC, American Football Conference. Each conference has 4 divisions, a North, a South, a East, and a West. The Las Vegas Raiders play in the AFC West. In the AFC West, you also have the Los Angeles Chargers, formerly the San Diego Chargers. You have the Kansas City Chiefs. And then you also have the Denver Broncos as well. So looking at who's in that division, nobody expected the Denver Broncos to be as terrible as they are. But again, the Las Vegas Raiders were pegged to potentially come in second in that division. They were supposed to be a little bit better than the Chargers, compete with the Chargers for the second spot. Kansas City is expected to win that division as long as they got Patrick Mahomes. But they were not expected to fall flat on their face like they have this year, especially after they went and acquired Devontae Adams from the Green Bay Packers. I think the onus is on Josh McDaniels as the coach. They're having a lot of penalties each game, probably one of the higher penalized teams in the league. He's got to create a culture of winning. And I just don't think – it doesn't appear – that he's the guy to do that. I think he's a great guy to call plays when in the right system and under somebody else. But it just appears that he's not the guy that can create the culture. A head coach has to create the culture.
We get to San Francisco. We play San Francisco. We end up losing to San Francisco. We're supposed to beat San Francisco.
Okay.
Here's what happened. Our film guy got caught because we had to share a stadium. Got caught filming their practice.
That's the Belichick way. Say it again.
Spygate?
Say it again. That's the Belichick way.
Wait. Spygate? Our film guy got caught filming their practice. 1 week later, Josh is fired.
Absolutely.
You saw Mike Tomlin go off on the fan saying he was working. Yeah. That's the culture he's created in Pittsburgh. That's the culture of the Steelers. You've seen other coaches that have had some longevity be able to do that, create a culture around their team. And you've even seen some new coaches create that. Like the new coach in Minnesota. I think
he's the Giants coach too.
And they've been able to create a culture where guys get behind them and play hard every week, every down, want to win. Doesn't feel like that's what the Las Vegas Raiders are giving us. I think you got to get Josh McDaniels out. I don't think
ASAP.
I don't think it falls on Derek Carr. I agree with you. I think Derek Carr, he's not a tier 1 quarterback, but he's somewhere right there, tier 2, tier 3. Probably,
You
low.
can win Super Bowls with tier 2 and tier 3 quarterbacks as long as they don't make costly mistakes. You can win a Super Bowl with Derek Carr. I get tired of hearing analysts on ESPN, and these guys are great. They're great at what they do, honestly. But if you really know football and you watch them play, Derek Carr is sufficient enough or adequate enough to lead a team to a Super Bowl, especially with those pieces that they have.
Right. And it's not like quarterbacks just come a dime a dozen. So if you got a quarterback that can throw for 4,000 yards, you got a great receiver, you got a tier 1 running back who has led the league in rushing for stretches throughout this season. So obviously something is missing there. It's not those guys. It's the coaching. Fire Josh McDaniels, get him out of there, and rebuild, restart. I mean, you guys are not going to the playoffs. So now
it's not even a rebuild, though. They turn key. They ready. They just need a few more pieces on the deep, bro. They turn key. They ready.
Rebuild the culture. You gotta build a culture of winning. I got
you.
Building a culture around guys getting there early, veterans establishing that when new guys come in, they gotta work. They're working at. You gotta build a culture of winning, and your team, the New England Patriots, did that for so long. There was a culture of winning. There was an expectation. If I'm going to go play in Gillette, this is the level we're going to play at.
That's still the culture, baby. That's still the culture.
It's still the culture. You don't have the pieces right now.
Absolutely not.
But and Mac Jones, to me, is not the guy. But it's still the culture, like you said. So they got to build that culture in Las Vegas.
I think he's the guy. There's no coordinator. Who's the offensive coordinator? He's regressing because of their incompetency in the front office. Like, I don't care. Bill Belichick is a mastermind when it comes to football, but he can't be in several places at the same time. We need an offensive coordinator that can develop Mac Jones, that has an understanding in quarterback development. He's good enough to lead a team to a Super Bowl as well. I mean, it was apparent. I mean, he made it to the playoffs last year as well as made it to the Pro Bowl. The guy is a decent quarterback.
Not good enough to lead y'all to the Super Bowl.
Okay, but again, made it to the playoffs last season. Made it to the Pro Bowl last season, rookie year. I'm just saying.
Hey, Rick. No.
I'll say this, man. These are just my closing remarks. The Davis family, don't prolong it. Josh McDaniels is not your guy. He's not your guy. Get his ass out of there.
How did they used to do it? The Apollo, the Sandman would come and
the siren, get him off. Get him out of there and get Sean Payton. Get Sean Payton, bro. Vegas, bro. That's a hot job, bro. That would be a hot job. Sean Payton, that's who y'all need to get. He will turn all that around, starting with the culture. To your point, JT.
Or go ahead and give him one more year.
Nah.
See what he does. And after Dion completes his first year in Boulder, why not just go ahead and bring him right on over from Boulder to Vegas?
Well, I'll tell you this. Dion said it, and he made it abundantly clear. He doesn't want to coach it at the professional level. He said that.
He says that.
But, see, he said he was going to be at Jack. I get it. I digress.
Nick Saban said the same thing. And somehow he ended up coaching the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah.
He do a great job, but somehow he ended up in Miami. Is all I'm saying. So,
yeah. We'll see what happens.
Give Dion a call. Give Josh McDaniels one more year. Matt.
I think Dion need a little bit more time. Oh, well, let me retract that statement. Moreover, you got Jeff Saturday that's never coached.
No coaching experience at all.
Anything, and he's doing pretty decent.
Let's say Jeff Saturday has done a good job with the Colts. A lot of people had a lot to say. I feel like he's done a pretty.
I think they've been all the games except for that fourth quarter in Dallas on Monday. Yeah, that's when it got really scary.
That was bad, but up until that point, that was a good game.
I agree. It was
to take the lead.
Yeah, I agree. It was.
Went downhill from there, but
yeah.
I think he can make a huge impact. in Vegas. But let's give him a chance to do his thing in Boulder before we start making these bold predictions.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, sure. But listen, guys, we give it to you straight every time we come on in the arena. All we ask, we like Toyotas, we like Hondas, but we need that Mercedes-Benz treatment, that CLS. Comment, like, subscribe, and Dub and I will be back with more from in the arena.
Until next time.
Peace.